Hey everyone, I'm Nick and welcome to the channel. This is my 2007 Range Rover Supercharged and it's great, but I'm having problems with the sound system. Let me show you. So as you can see, it powers on, but the power light doesn't stop blinking and it can't really do anything. Now this could be a number of things, but let me show you what I think it is right now. If you're ever stuck in this position, you can hold by touching the screen. And then press and hold the navigation button. There we go. So you can get into diagnostics mode like that, but you can't use it. It doesn't show you any real-time information. There's no data. So this kind of suggests that this module is working, but something else in the system is having an issue. Now, part of me wonders if this module could still be the issue because it did come out of a 2006 L322, but it had been working. So my next suspicion is the CD changer in there. The way this system works is every component in the audio system is connected to a fiber optic loop. And if one component in the loop fails, it stops sending the signal through and prevents everything from working. So the first thing we're gonna do is work on getting to the back of the CD changer and bypassing it in the loop. And if the CD changer fix doesn't work, probably go further, remove this module again, and then swap this working touchscreen onto the original module that came out of this truck. And that would actually fix the issue I have where the aux screen shows the entertainment inputs, because the original truck it came out of had rear seat entertainment and this one doesn't. So let's get to it. The first step is to open the glove boxes because you need to have them open and you can't open them with the battery disconnected. And the reason we're disconnecting the battery is because if we go further and remove the top of the dash, we have to disconnect the airbag, and you don't want to do that with the battery connected. So let's get started. Now to get to anything in this area, essentially you have to work from the bottom up. So trim here, trim panel under the glove box, lower glove box, this panel, upper glove box, this panel on the other side, and then the top to get to the screen module. I went into a lot of detail on that when I replaced that module, so if you need any extra detail, you can go check out that video. And I'm still going to show you the basic steps while we work up to get to the CD changer and maybe to the module later. Number one is this panel. It's pretty loose on mine. I still haven't fixed these clips. And then this panel here pulls forward. It's just easier when the glove box is out of the way. There we go. A couple clips here, so it pulls forward. You need to take this panel out too. And that's a T20 screw back here. And this panel pulls over and forward. And the screw retaining that has a little washer on it. Now we can remove the screws that hold the panel down here in place. Okay. And to remove our 3 lower screws under the glove box. And before we remove the lower glove box, you gotta get this panel off. There's a couple clips in here we have to push inwards, and on this side we push inwards as well. This can slide out. There's a little connector for the light here. And then to remove this panel, take out 3 screws. Connector back here. We have 2 screws here and then 1 behind this panel, so we'll get this panel off. There we go. 4 clips. 1 of them stayed in the panel here. It comes straight out. The 3 screws here are T25s. The last one's right there. And we can pull this panel out forward. There we go. Now we can access the upper screws for the lower glove box. So down here, across the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 at the back by the fuse panel. Now we can pull this glove box forward, and we're gonna have to deal with the connectors on it. So there's a connector for the light, I think, and a couple other things. Put this out of the way. Let me see, can we reach the plugs for the CD changer from here? So if we can, that saves us a bit of time. The answer is yes, sort of. Right here, we can feel the plug. Can I release it? Let's find out. Yep. So you can see right here, this is the plug for the CD changer. And these two lines here are fiber optic lines, which are for the fiber optic loop. And you can see it's actually held into this white connector by this little tab right here. So if I release that, probably gonna need both hands, I can pull that inner plug outside of the main plug. There we go. It's all tight because it's all wrapped up. You just want to make sure that when you work with any fiber optic lines, don't bend them too hard because it can damage them and break them. And right here, we have our fiber optic. And what we want to do is actually add an adapter here that's going to just connect these two together so the signal coming in from one side can keep traveling through the loop. Now if the CD changer is not working, what's happening is the signal gets to the CD changer, it's not relaying it and continuing it through the loop, so things stop, nothing can boot, and the loop's broken. Bypassing the CD changer with a loop like this means that any signal coming from the main module with the screen or the amp or everything just skips the CD changer and can go through. So this will just plug in here. Did I get the wrong one? Well, this is the right plug, but what you can do is actually use this receiver to clip on here. So this kit comes with two parts. So we're going to release this loop from this receiver like that. We'll pop this in here. It'll only fit one way. Snap it in, boom. And now we can pop this in and it'll actually latch. There we go. And that is our CD changer bypassed. So the next step is to reconnect the battery and see if our system starts working again. All right, let's see. Blinking right now. Key on. Nothing. Okay, well it seems like the CD changer wasn't the issue. I'll leave this off for a bit. I'll get back to it and see just in case. But it looks like we're gonna have to keep going and replace this module too. All right, I've given it some time to think about it. So we're gonna try again and see what happens. Not a good sign. All right. Okay, let's try this. Okay. The MOST test option is related to the fiber optic system. MOST stands for Media Oriented Systems Transport. One thing to note here is that we can see ring break in the bottom right corner. This is really useful information for diagnosis, as we'll see later. Okay, well, seems like we still have an issue. All right, we'll keep going. We're gonna get the rest of the dash off and remove this module and swap it back to the one that came in the truck. I'm gonna disconnect the battery again because we'll be unplugging an airbag soon. All right, our next step is gonna be to remove the upper glove box and CD changer, which is gonna involve removing this trim panel. And then on this side, we'll remove the register again, just like on that side, except there's also the headlight controls here. And then we'll remove this and the top panel. And again, like I said, if you want to see more detail on this process, I got a video dedicated to replacing this module. And this comes straight out. 3 clips. And now we can remove 3 screws up here, and then there's a harness under the CD changer we have to detach. 2 screws back here, and this harness is clipped in here. Connector up here. Here you can unhook the airbag plug. This is why we have the battery disconnected. Here we go. And then up here we have 2 10mm bolts. Next, let's get the register out from the other side. These are T25s. Yeah, the visible ones are T30s, the hidden ones are T25. Pull forward, lift up, disconnect the speaker, and pull the airbag harness through. Now we can remove it from the vehicle. There's a bit of weight on this side with the airbag. Now to remove the screen module, we've got one screw here, and then one on either side down there. So I highly recommend using a magnetic screwdriver. They should all be T20s. Nope, T25s. Pull this up. Disconnect the connectors. There we go. The original screen in my Range Rover was damaged, which is why I replaced this module in the first place. I used one out of a 2006 model and it worked for a while, but since I'm having this issue, I want to switch back to the original module. To do that, we're swapping over the good screen onto the original hardware that came with the truck. To get to the screen itself, we need to take it almost completely apart. If you ever need to do this replacement, be careful with the connectors and the ribbon cables. With the good screen removed, we can do the whole process in reverse using the parts that came with the truck. All right, with the screen swapped back onto the original module, let's reconnect it and we'll test it out. Connections are the same. All right. Okay, let's just screw it in now because we have to put the dash in so it doesn't get mad about the airbag. Either way, we're putting this back together, so. All right, let's pop the dash panel back on, plug in the airbag, and we'll leave the loop in for the CD changer, connect the battery and see what happens. Before I forget, yeah, plug that in too. There we go. Need a boot. Well, it looks like the screen wasn't the issue after all, but let's keep investigating. Let me see something. What happens if I unplug this? We have light here. So I remove the loop to see if it'll update? Or is there a, what I'm trying to understand is a ring break, if it's saying there's a break in the ring, or what? The ring break error means that somewhere in the fiber optic loop, a module isn't responding. Since the status doesn't change when we have the CD changer bypass or just leave it open, the problem is probably somewhere else. I have to figure out where this ring break is. That must be the issue. All right, well, at least the screen swap worked. Now I think after our test, we've determined that this isn't the issue, and the CD changer's probably not the issue either. So let's get all of this back together. right, before we wrap up for today, I'm gonna poke around in here and see. I actually already bypassed this module, the phone module. Try to see if there's anything else. Sirius module? I guess I could take that out and see. Everything's plugged in okay. Let's try the Sirius module, I guess. Still blinking away up front. It's a DVD player? I can hear the DVD player. Oh, this is the nav DVD player, right. Okay, do we have light here? That's right. We have light here. Yeah. All right, every module is plugged in. Ring issue. I don't think the system will work without the amp, but we can bypass it and see what happens. Oh, yep. Look at that. I think we have ring lock. Let's see. Yeah, ring is okay, lock stable. You can see all things going by, which means the amplifier is the issue. That's good to know. The amplifier is just not working right. So I guess I have to replace it or repair it. Probably order a spare just in case. Swap it in and then see what's going on with this one. That was a long way to figure that out. Anyway, it's not gonna work right. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess the audio input's not gonna work because that is tied to the amplifier. But this is now working again. So I guess it was the amplifier all along. I probably should have investigated that first before tearing into the dash, but at least you got to see how to bypass the CD changer if you need to, and how to swap the screen if you're ever in that position. Plus, having the original module back in is nice, and the other one can still be a spare. If you've watched me work on this truck before, you'll know that I actually took the amplifier out before because it was a source of a current draw, and there was some sort of corrosion on the PCB, and when I cleaned it up, it helped with the current draw, but something else might have failed, or it's corroded again. Either way, it's got to come back out, and we'll replace it and investigate what happened to this one. If you enjoyed this video or you learned something, don't forget to leave a like and to hype the video, because that really helps me out. And if you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.